On October the 12th, 2025, so many persons are announcing endorsements like Honorable Tomaino Damjoya, who yesterday issued a statement saying that 20 political parties have endorsed her. We also know that so many parties are claiming to have received endorsement from political parties as well as civil society organizations. How real are these? What are these strategies? And we are going to be looking at this with our panelists who are with me in the studio. We still are talking about endorsement alliances when Cameroonians for a very long time have been calling for a unique candidate. Why is it not happening as requested for by different quarters across Cameroon? We're discussing this evening with Dr. Isinge Alfred, who is with us. Good evening, with that.
Good evening to you, Mr. Leo. Good evening, my fellow panelists. We are happy to be here again today to talk about our country and how things are going on around the political landscape.
And we also are going to be discussing with Derek, a key member of Cameroon's civil society. Glad to have you.
Good evening, Mr. Leo, and good evening to Dr. Isinge. It's a pleasure to share the platform. And good evening to the fervent followers of of my media Prime. You know, it's always a pleasure, especially at this point in time where Cameroon is at the crossroad of change, and we take opportunity to Cameroonians on how we can all contribute for this change.
Okay. We are also going to be joined very shortly by a Conde Benedict, who will be sitting in for the CPRN party, led by Honorable Cabral Alibi. He's taking his seat, as well as Tamai Chavis, who is also still coming into the studio while we wait for them to settle in. While we wait for them to settle in, we'll start with you. Dr. Alfred Isinge. Alliances among presidential candidates is a sign of political maturity or just survival tactics, the way you see them operate today?
Cameroonians have never been confused as they are confused now. And they are being confused by political parties and their leaders on the way forward. You know, we have an incumbent that we are talking about, the CPDM, where every party is doing their best to put the power they can put to counter or to take over the Unity Palace. But from every indication, the opposition is not yet ready for this particular venture. Why do I go to that conclusion? It's because they are still doubting whether they are getting for a coalition, whether they are going to go as single candidates, and so on and so forth. But there are some that have taken their stance already, like the SDF, like Kabralibi, like, you know, many of them have already taken their stance. They are not going to go for any coalition or whatever. But some are also telling us, they are wiring time and telling us that at any time you can see them come up with a coalition. But you cannot surprise Cameroonians with a coalition. It's only about 2 weeks to an election, or maybe 3 weeks to an election. And at this point in time, there is nobody that is going to surprise us for whatever they want to do, because we already understand the dynamics of politics. Because in every political milieu, let's look about some other countries that are going on for politics, they carry on their preparation well ahead of time. If you want to go to one of our neighbors here in Nigeria, you will see that they are already forming an ADC party, which is a coalition of all opposition parties ready to unseat their present president. So that's how these things are done. You prepare well ahead financially, you prepare well ahead with your coalition team and all the like. I don't know the drama they want to do, because I believe if you cannot unite just small parties or few of you that are trying to put your heads together, I wonder how you want to unite a country that has about 250 tribes and different kinds of groups that are put together with different ideologies, different philosophies, and different concepts. So at this particular point in time, there have never been any time in Cameroon that the presidential election is as confusing as any other thing. Now, the hope of all Cameroonians are telling you that the CPDM are still going to come back again. Whether you like it or yes, that is what the common Cameroonian person is looking. Now, how did I also know that I assessed it? By going to the Elekam to also examine what is going on at the Elekam. You realize that those people that we were forcing and telling them, go and register, till now they are not taking their voters card. And they are not making any effort to even go to take their voters card, to show you that they are just tired. They don't even know what to believe anymore. So they don't want to spend maybe their small transport of 500 or 1,000 to go to an Elekam office to go to collect those cards. That's to tell you that the terrain now is very confusing.
Okay, we're talking about endorsement and alliances, yes, on the political chessboard across Cameroon. But now, almost everybody claims that they have received endorsement. You are receiving endorsements from others when you said you were ready to step down. Everybody says, I'm ready to step down, but also announcing that they have been endorsed by a number of persons. Is it not a game that they are playing?
Well, Mr. Leo, like Dr. Isinge has said, this is the year that Cameroonians thought that there will be change. This is the year that Cameroonians dreamt of and felt like we are all frustrated and the opposition had heard our cry over time. But equally, it seems to be the most confused time in our political history. We have heard Tomano Damjoya, who said openly that she is willing
to step down, to give her position to anybody who will bring down the current regime.
Yesterday, she comes out to tell you that 20 ghost political parties have endorsed her. Whether the 20 political parties are coming from where, we don't know. We are having Batonia Akere Muna. He has said it clear. We have heard ex-minister Issa Churuma, who said he is willing to step back and Bello Buba. But all of them are doing speeches. Only two people that we know have taken their stance. Honorable Joshua Osi is clear that he will not go with anybody. SDF is willing, and we have heard PCRN recently on a sister TV station. I heard the presidential candidate for PCRN say he's going to win during October 12 elections. But the sad story is, you cannot be fighting for the people. The coalition call is not the political party call. The coalition call was the call of the people, was the thirst of Cameroonians. Just like at the beginning everybody was, I am willing, I'm willing, I'm willing. This time around, everybody is, I'm willing to step, but no step forward is made. They're already frustrating Cameroonians, okay, and giving them no hope in
the discourse has changed. It is it's no longer I'm willing to step down, but that I've received endorsements.
I've received endorsement. Now, all this thing, Mr. Liu, is telling Cameroonians that the hope we thought was at the end of the tunnel, the lights are off, or the lights, because from 3 months, 2 months, now we are talking about 3 weeks to election, and everybody is willing or has been endorsed, but no concrete action is being taken. I think that the greed and egoism of our opposition is the highest vote that Mr. Biya has received to stay in power.
Okay, Ikonde, the strategy of the PCRN, your national president, said very clearly that he was ready to beat the incumbent President Paul Biya. Can we say your strategy has been the best, because from the very onset you've not made promises of alliances, coalition, and you stayed true to what you guys believed in?
Yes, Mr. Leo, thank you, Mr. Leo. Good day to all. Good day to my dear panelists, and good day to all of you viewers there. And good day to the Cameroon Party for National Reconciliation, who has been making so much effort, for this 12th October to come true, not only with the promises, not only with fake objectives, but we have always been constant. And before I get to your question, Mr. Liu, I had the civil society and Dr. Isunge who brought up some critical aspects of the opposition party. I know that his lessons are prominent, they are good and fine, but I don't think taking lessons from someone of the CPDM party will be worth saying that the opposition is not ready. The opposition is ready. The Cameroon's Party of National Reconciliation is ready. They have been constant from 2017. And in 2018, they brought up strategies for a coalition. And being a member of the political bureau and the regional coordinator from 2018 to 2025, where we had the cabinet reshuffle, I can promise you that we have always been constant. Maybe the communication in English has not been that fluent enough, of which I want to reiterate because I have been saying this, that we have been constant in saying for us to have a coalition. That's I think 3 months ago, Honorable Cabral went to 3 or 4 months ago, went on RFI and he said he's ready also to give his place. But few months ago, he said categorically that if the opposition is not working, then we go to the same strategy we have been working on. If we propose to them that we need to harmonize the program, the political program, because you don't go into a conclave just like that. You need to bring up, you don't go into a marriage, you need to bring up your strategies. He said we need to harmonize our project. We need to see on how to hold these polling stations. We need to come into an agreement and vote. Every candidate, we have 12 opposition candidates. They should go into a room and vote for another person to have a unique candidate. And as a member of the political bureau, I can tell you, we have been constant on this because we know that if it does not work, what happened in 1992? Yes, there was a coalition behind a strategic person, a famous person, which he's of late now, and it worked. It did not work because there were no other oppositions that did not refuse to vote for him, or there were some people that did not stay home and did not vote. By then, I'm sure Elekam still had an electorate of 3 million or 4 million something. But what really happened is the consensus behind the electorate made something happen in 1992. And in the Cameroon's Party for National Reconciliation, we have always said this. If in the opposition party, we know they have always been infiltrators in the opposition party. If we know there are some people that do not want to give their position, if we know some people don't want to come in and harmonize the project, if we know some people don't want to come in and sit and vote for a unique candidate, then we should work with the electorate. And in 2017, 11 million citizens came out. What is 11 million citizens? If we are able to go to the electorate, keep databases, if we are able to go to the electorate, we work with the electorate. If we are able to take them and teach them their civic rights, of which we have been doing, and it is the only party that has been doing it since 2017, a fact that we have. If we are able to bring up these strategies and work with the electorate, we win. We did it in 2020 and we succeeded to have 200 municipal councillors, 7 mayors and 5 parliamentarians, of which Honorable Cabral B has been doing a lot, and the municipal councillors and the mayors in their respective duties. Dr. Isinga also said the voters' card are not been taken and all the rest. I want to just permit me. You know, if you don't have your voters' card, you can still vote, right? It's constitutional. If your name is on, go and check your name on the website. If your name is on the electoral list, you can still vote. So do not be discouraged. You can still vote. And I really believe that with the programs that we have, with the vision that the Cameroon's Party of National Reconciliation have to protect the Cameroonian energy, home and abroad, to work with the diaspora and unleash this energy with the ideology that we have of community federalism, not the federalism of 2 states, of 10 states, but the best federalism which we can have is to federate the community, open up the communities, let people vote for their governors, give them the money that they want, give the power to the people to build their roads, give the power to the people to build their hospitals and schools, give them that power to sit in their own union, and vote for some certain cultural ties, for some certain anthropological ties that they have. That's why we say community federalism is the best, and the methodology is rupture to develop this nation.
Okay, Tamai Jarvis, what's happening? The way you see it, everybody wants to say, "I want to step down," but secretly want to be endorsed by everybody.
We are still seeing what happened in 2018 repeating itself right before us, and when it happens like that, the best the common man can do is to actually take their destiny into their hands on the day of the polling station, polling on the day of the voting, and decide which party. Now, the challenge we have been having, and I've been saying this, is that most of the parties seem not to understand the dynamics that Cameroon is into, and I say that not coming with a strong coalition, it is voting for President Paul Biya. And I will say it categorically clear, because we know Cameroonians are voting in blocks and also along the traditional basis, whether we like it or not only Cameroonians, across the world. And that's why in the US you hear about Hispanic vote, the black vote, you hear about the Caucasian vote, you hear about the Mexican vote. You move to Nigeria, you hear about the Yoruba vote, you hear about the Igbo vote. You move to Kenya, you hear about the Kikiyus, the Luos, and the rest, because it is blocked. Now, let us look at the scenario in Cameroon, the 12 political parties, and look at that factor where we are voting according to tribal lines. If we go single-handedly, how many of these parties have the structure to actually go nationally and win and break down this barrier? Those are serious concerns that we need to have. And if we go as a team, how many of these parties have the, or let's say the same single, how many of these political parties have the resources to actually galvanize? Let's go mathematically. We have about 30 plus polling stations. Now, 3,000 polling station. You need approximately about, let's say, 3 per polling station. Now, assume that you are going to pay each individual 5,000, at least to feed, because they have to be the whole day. 5 times, first of all, you need to multiply 33 times 5. Then you multiply by the amount. You're talking about 3 billion just for feeding. In terms of logistic, phone calls, in terms of internet resources, and that is why you see a strong coalition is very important, because you reduces the cost in terms of the way that me, if I am, let's say Dr. Singer is in North, he has a party, I know that Dr. Singer is in the coalition. He will secure vote in that North because he knows he has something to gain in the central government if they win. So he will deploy his own resources and make sure that the North is protected. If Song Derek is in the South, he knows that he's in a coalition, and so he will do everything. So I, as Jarvis, don't need to spread my resources together. We just need to look at the biggest polling unit. Now, answering your question into this context, therefore, most of the situation we are witnessing in Cameroon is just political greed. And many, I will say this, some of them know they will not win the election, they are going in for fundraising. And I'm saying this because I've seen, how do you explain that a party that does not, or some parties that don't have structures, will tell you that they have what it takes to win the election, of which they cannot pull a crowd of over 5,000 in a particular area? Then you begin to ask the question, is it angels that are going to come from heaven to vote for you? Because we are seeing the reality. And that is why we are saying that if parties don't come together, it will be a daunting task. Now, they kept saying from the beginning that I am willing. That was a ploy to let the voters understand that, no, our man is willing, and the song ran all through.
No, but before now, we have had them on this platform. They said there is already a strategy, and that they were not ready to expose it for fear that the government would puncture it.
That is to tell you,
today
they did not have any strategy.
There was nothing.
That was just a means to buy time. They did not have strategy, because if they did have strategy, let me be very honest with you, there is no strategy that you have and keep it secret that the government will not know. Every government has a way of getting information. They have what we call intelligent information. Cameroonians are not kids. Voters are not kids. We were mature enough to know. The government we are having, every government in the world will tell you that there is intelligent report. Do you think that Minister Chiruma resignation was a secret to the government? It wasn't a secret to the government. They had read the signs. Except a government that does not have intelligence. For this government, we know they have intelligence. Now, those parties that were telling you that they are interested, and I said a serious party that will tell you that is interested is a party that will tell you that I met Dr. Esinge for coalition and he gave me so and so condition. I met some Derrick for a coalition. This was the condition he gave me. That is why you know a party is serious. But when a party tells you that I am willing, who have you met? What was the condition discussed? Why did you refuse the condition? That is a party that acts in good faith. Now, what I want to say is that the issue of endorsement, that I see now these people are coming up and say, I've been endorsed. If endorsement actually worked, somebody like Kamala Harris would have won the US presidential election. Why am I saying so? Kamala Harris was endorsed by Beyonce. Look at the followers that Beyonce has in America. Kamala Harris was endorsed by top entertainers who Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift has huge following. Endorsement at certain level only comes to give a likability of a candidate. Now, it depends also on who is giving that endorsement. If somebody who is giving that endorsement is a grassroots mobilizer, not an entertainer, then that endorsement may have an influence. That's what we call a push factor. But if the endorser is somebody that is only seen at online, that is only active online, or whose impact is only between his family and his bank account, then that endorsement will have nothing to do with the man in Munya. That endorsement will have nothing to do with the mommy in a corner. That endorsement will have nothing to do with the mommy in Mautu. Because that mommy in Mautu would prefer to go for a grassroots mobilizer. The question is, who is endorsing who? If a grassroots mobilizer, let's say somebody, a farmer in a kata, endorses a candidate, that farmer can pull more voters to that party than a white-collar person sitting in Douala and endorsing a candidate.
Good evening, Mr. Kum, and your dear panelists. My special salute to Mr. Jarvis, my Abdul Joda Bafusam Baptist Hospital. Good evening, Mr. Kum. These are still calculated slogans. Very sorry for those that will not sink their pride and rally behind Chiroma are working for Mr. Bia. We don't want any program. We only want 43 years to end. Abongwa is writing from Bonaberi. Good evening, Mr. Leo. I'm sure the government in place may also be calling these people behind to shut their mouth with money, thereby changing their positions. So Andrew from Bamenda. Greetings. This one says, which website should I use to check if my name is on electoral list? I'm sure Elekam has
www.elekam.cm.
Elekam has a website. Good evening, Mr. Kum. No politician in the running is a saint, and we all know that politics is not the baby to see. Hoping for a messiah in politics is naive. Politics is a dirty game, and everyone involved in this dirty game has sins. No country has ever been led by an angel. So what we need in Cameroon is not the impossible but the lesser evil. Meben Rifford, writing from Mutengene. Now, Dr. Isingi, the timing, does it really matter when these guys should come together and announce that we are together to win the trust of the people? Do you have the impression that the minds of the people are already made up?
Yeah, Mr. Leo, I want to tell you something. If there is any time that the opposition was supposed to convince the masses some months ago, when they were gathering from one meeting place to the other and whatever. But I tell you, for now, nothing is going to happen anymore because they already have their 12 electoral identities already at the Elekam. Where people, the ballot papers are already printed and they are ready to be there. So what I would advise most of the younger political parties is that rally your people and try to see how you can start vowing for nation building instead of trying to see how to fight an incumbent that has all it takes to win an election. No, he has the experience, he has everything it takes to win an election. And then the people that are going to confront him, at least we saw at one point in time that Mr. Kamto was coming up to a challenge. But you see, immediately they told him he can't go again. He's very quiet now. He speaks at the background and very slow and everything. People trusted him and everything. Mr. Leo, people follow. The people that want to vote, they are not following parties, they are following an individual. That's why you should know this thing. They are following individuals. Now, an individual in any political party should be able to carry along the people. But for now, we have not seen that particular kind of individual that is dynamic enough to rally the other parties around him. Well, Issa Chiroma is trying his best. He's trying to do what he's doing, but we want to say that the man that ate from the same table, the same pot, the same everything, at the same time, they know how to handle their cases at one point in time or the other. Don't be disappointed. Issa Chiroma has told us certain lies before, and he can still tell us lies again, because you cannot put new wine into an old wine skin. All of these things have their way they handle. So that is exactly why
Apostle Paul was a murderer.
No, but we think that at this particular point in time in Cameroon, there is something. Now, even the people of the north don't yet trust him enough. That is why Bello Buba cannot go with him. You understand that? They don't trust him enough. Each and every one of them know themselves.
Do they trust
Bello
Buba?
They have been chopping on the same table.
Do they trust Bello Buba?
They don't trust them. That's why they should wait for CPTM to continue its tenure. Let it finish, and we work towards the development of the country. We must work towards the nation building. Try to cultivate on ways how we can structure the country, because you have shown us that you cannot. Everybody is seeing it. Everyone that has spoken here is telling us that they cannot do it. You know, so we should just understand. So yes, so our people are very angry and they are disappointed because what they are asking from these people they cannot offer. You are asking for something you cannot offer. You don't have the money to sponsor people transportation from one place to the other. You don't have the money to feed your people that are going to stand and monitor your votes. Now, if we give you our votes, how are we sure you're going to protect our votes? You are not in Fukankan. You are not in Furawa. You are not in Ngokotunja. There are some of you that have never passed to Southwest or Northwest. You say you want to solve Anglophone problems, but you have never passed to Southwest or Northwest. I wonder how you want to get the votes of Southwest and Northwest people. It is very, very, very strange. Now, you're just telling us to come out and be ready to be locked up again, like how some of our brothers are suffering. No. So that is exactly what I'm trying to say, that at this point in time, we should just allow the country to go through nation building and structure things for ourselves. That's also what I think.
Yeah, so, we see the nation building.
Yes.
With the conditions of our road across.
No, but we are working on something. We're working on something.
Okay.
You know, the Cameroon is working on something.
Okay. Yes, I was looking at the timing and the trust of the population. They have waited for so long. Do they still have that patience to wait to see what they have been expecting, or they have given up and are already positioning themselves towards left, right, or center?
Yeah, Mr. Leo, before I come to you, I want to react to what Dr. Isinge said. I think he's doing some political blackmailing. In political terms, we are told that there is no permanent friend and there is no permanent enemy. Before Issa Chiroma joined the government, he was an enemy to the government. He was an enemy to the regime. He was locked up, he was taken out, and he became an ally to the government. So we cannot completely think that he has not repented. In as much as he lied to Cameroonians, in as much as he said some things that cost Cameroon a lot of pain, he's no more, as a government spokesperson, other politicians are no more saints than him. You cannot tell me that Issa Chiroma has done more harm to this country than the leadership, your leadership, has done. We cannot conclude that. So I think we should not completely write out somebody because he has once fed. Apostle Paul killed. Apostle Paul killed. But when he was transformed, he became a preacher. So we don't want to say that because Issa Chiroma has lied. I'm not a militant of Issa Chiroma. I'm not his militant. Yes. Now I'm coming to it, but I think that we should put things straight, because when you say that CPDM should continue its tenure of what? Tenure of bad roads?
You are practicing hate, right?
No, tenure. I'm asking, but no, that's not hate. That's intimidation you're bringing. Tenure of what? Is it the tenure of bad roads? The tenure of embezzlement? The tenure of bad schools? The tenure of children going to school under trees? Is that the kind of tenure you want us to continue?
We want to avoid bloodshed.
No.
We want to avoid something that is going to cause pain to people again.
So there have been no bloodshed since.
Too much pain already. Let us avoid pain until we see people who are ready. People are not ready. Let them sit at home, because they will cause our people to go again to prison, and some people will go with anger.
Who is putting them in prison? Who is putting them in prison? Who is putting them in prison?
They are marching
Dr. Isinge.
that some people are still there.
No,
hope you know that.
Who put them in prison and why?
They were there for their rights.
Who put them in prison and why? No, Mr. Leo, I think Dr. Isinge wants to come from that direction. Please, we cannot be looking at Cameroonians face to face who are suffering for 43 years. No, for 43 years, Cameroonians are suffering without roads, without basic necessity, without electricity, without water. And then you come on air to tell us that we should still give a man 7 more years to take us to half a century of leadership of failure.
Am I the one that is giving CPDF?
Coming back to your question.
The opposition is already giving him.
Coming back to your question, Mr. Liu, I think the bishop once said, the bishop of Yogwa once said, all we need is change. And whether it is a devil, I think he was metaphorical. It was a metaphorical saying. What Cameroonians need is change. I understand that the time is getting short. But the time is getting short for the opposition to come together. But the time is not short for Cameroonians to decide their future. I know that on the ballot box, it is you, your conscience, and your God to decide. Why the leadership and the opposition has proven to us that all they want is their bellies. They are doing belly ticking rather than politicking. We Cameroonians, we need to go back to our drawing board. There's one man out of the list. We know who we are not going to vote. But back in our minds, we know that those we are going to vote for, we need to check a person who has vision, a person who has plan, a person who is active, a person who can be in the field, like the president of Burkina Faso, who is in the field day in, day out. We don't need someone who is available to strangers and unavailable to citizens. We need someone who has Cameroon at heart. And we need someone who is ready to walk the talk and talk the walk. We need people who love Cameroon. We need people who have tested the pain of Cameroonians, can be in the field, not people who sit in their offices, air conditions, and mourn while we cry and weep. You are talking about, Dr. Singer, you were talking about asking people who have gone to the Northwest and Southwest, when did your national president, when last, from 2018, 7 years of his mandate, when was the last time he left Yaoundé to any other region in this country?
He is not saying that he wants to stop Anglophone crisis. You people are the ones who want to solve Anglophone crisis. But you have never been to the Anglophone one.
Does not want to solve the
Please,
no, he's working on something.
He's working on just land.
So,
we are talking about timing
yes,
and trust.
Like
trust
I said,
the people. Yeah.
The Cameroonians should be told, in our faces you see frustration, but there is still hope. We cannot give up completely until the 12th of October comes and passes. But it is playing to the gallery of the CPDM. And that is why you see most of the times when you see CPDM surrogates and supporters on platform, they sing the issue of the division and amplify it because everything plays to their advantage. And when October comes and cheating is done, you hear that it is because the opposition was divided. Cameroonians, opposition might be divided, but our suffering is not divided. Our frustration is not divided. And our hope remains that Cameroon should change for the betterment of Cameroon, for a better future of all of us.
Okay. Yes. How much trust should the electorate place in last-minute endorsements?
Yes, Mr. Liu. It is really, really disheartening. We might be laughing here. We might be talking with a bit of euphoria, but I really believe the Cameroonians who are out there are in pain. As the civil society said, we are really in pain. And we are not only in pain, we have been in shame for 43 years. And it's up to the Cameroonians to trust not what Dr. Singer said, trusting individuals. Trust the process. Trust what they have done. Trust their projects. Get to their projects. Get to know who they are. Forget about the smear on the social media. Forget about the lies. Forget about all the untold stories. Go closer to them and beckon. Get to their project. Get to know who they are, because as we rightly said, we know who we are supposed to not to vote for, excuse me, and we believe that within these candidates, we don't want to put someone in the presidential seat again who is going to cause another chaos for the next 7 years. And excuse me, I want to react to the viewer who said, and with the civil society about Chiruma, that he might have changed like Apostle Paul. I want us to understand that we witnessed Chiruma not as any individual. With the Anglophone crisis, we witnessed him vividly. We witnessed what he did and what he said to us. We witnessed what he did even with the Bibingota and all the rest.
It's disgraceful.
I just want to say,
against another opposition.
I just want us to understand that any person who have been in the government, any person who have been, it's my view, excuse me, just
no, but it's his view. Just
persevere to suffer a bit. Maybe you might understand, might disagree, and we agree.
Cannot understand that.
So please, I cannot say that I am putting another ancient of days in power who has friends and enemies in that same government, because when he gets in, he will want to keep some of his friends into power. Please, we need to change this government totally. We need to change the government. We want to change it. Let me tell you something about Cabral Libi. Cabral Libi is the only president who has refused everything from the government. He has refused to greet even the president of the republic with several letters who have come to him. He refused money from this government. He refused 2 ministerial positions. He refused 5 directorate general positions. If you want, we'll give you proofs, because he has always been consistent that if you get in, if you dine with them, you are finished. Why? Because you will keep friends and you will keep enemies. Immediately they enter, the ancients of days again, they will want to put their friends, the same friends, and they want to put. So please, Cameroonians just have to understand that we need a change, and we need to give the change. We need to look into the projects of the opposition party. Look for a youth. We are proposing Honorable Cabral Libi, and we say we have been functioning. Why do we say we are going to win this election? Why do we succeed in 2020? Let me tell you something. Work with the electorate. We have been working with the electorate. We are not only working with the electorate, but we have a good database of the electorate. That's what we used to win the 2020 election. Please, do not frustrate the people. Don't confuse the people. We are not confused. We are always steady, and that's why we are sure about what we say. That we have a good database. We have worked to register people massively on the electoral list. We are working with people who will believe that they will come out and vote for Honorable Cabral Libi. And even if you are not having your voter's card and you do not have it, www.cabrallibi.cm, you can still walk in the polling station. As the manager of the campaign team in the Southwest, I must tell you that even if we are in a crisis hit zone, Mr. Leo, it is possible. Why? Because what I have seen today, yesterday I was in Limbe, and Limbe, where expectation of Limbe in the polling stations is 1,500 people to guard the polling stations. And Limbe already submitted me more than 300 names. You imagine, Kope Manenguba, Meme, Ndian, and the other one, they are ready. They are already bringing up list of people who are ready to work in polling stations. Do you know what it means? Because we have been working on the ground. We have been working with the electorate. You need not to give fear into the minds of the people. Please, it is possible to work with the electorate. Why? Because some people have been there since 2017 working with them credibly, and we have the database, and you just need to trust the process. You need to look keenly, especially the Anglophones, look keenly into the projects. Which is that project which gives the best autonomy? Community federalism. What is that ideology? Which is that vision that you see that people really want to protect and unleash energy? It is the Cameroon's Party for National Reconciliation, and with the best methodology to rupture and to develop and keep digitalizing all the public sectors to avoid corruption.
No, are some alliances secretly designed to block others from coming together?
Yes, some alliances, if you look at it critically, they are designed to block some people from coming together. And let me give you a examples from what we are witnessing on the field. We have so far about 3 to 4 alliances now, because the other day we had the former Minister of Tourism and Leisure on foreign media saying that he also is a consensual candidate that has been chosen. So it tells you.
We have Barrister Keremuna, who has a coalition. Issa Chiroma has a coalition. Madam Joya says she has been endorsed by 20 parties.
You have Bello Buba, who also says that he's also a consensual candidate. No, here Chiroma has been mentioned. No, Chiroma has been mentioned.
I've named Chiroma
already. Now, if you look at all this, then I would say that we are now making progress. We are making progress because before we didn't have all these people coming together. Before the submission and after the submission, we didn't have these people coming together. If Chuma has been endorsed by the Douala Group and some other few political parties, because the Douala Group also is made up of some representative of some political parties, like Jukan Chamberlain also has a party because he went for the 2000 presidential election. You also have Anisen Nekane also has a party. Now you add to their own, the same. Now, but the issue that we are looking at, your question is, were these alliances formed to actually block others from coming together? It was, because if you look at this person will tell you that I cannot come and join this alliance because this man is here. This man will tell you that I cannot come and join this alliance because this man is here. But the challenge I have is to see opposition condemning opposition at this time. That's the challenge, because it's further making it difficult for people to come together. What if tomorrow Chiuma decided, okay, I want to join so and so person? With the hatred we have spread on media, it makes it difficult for these people to come together. And that is why we are saying that when we are in a moment like this, I expect critical analysis and political attack from the ruling party agents, not from opposition, because at this moment opposition share one thing in common. The one thing in common is that Mr. Biya should go. And if you are criticizing that, oh, this man has worked with the government, this man has done this man has done that, what if tomorrow there's a better negotiator that comes and says, okay, Mr. Chuma, I want you to join these people, let's form an alliance? It will hinder the alliance because of what people have been saying out there. They don't have supporters. I believe that at this point in time, those kind of rhetoric, whether it is a career team or which team, they should school their militant not to attack each other, opposition, and because their one goal is Mr. Biya, except they are telling us that Mr. Biya has brought them over to come and be attacking fellow opposition who is there to fight Mr. Biya. Then I agree with Dr. Sunge on this, that the opposition is as confused as the word confused. Because we cannot be looking at the fact that for 40 years or 43 years, Cameroonians will say they don't have roads. They will say, oh, President Biya has been there for long. Now, come together and say they don't want to come together. Okay, go separately. There are some sympathizers who may not identify with political parties, but may want to go and cast their ballot. The moment you start attacking a particular opposition party, it brings them away from your party. In this kind of critical time, I'm just talking as a communication person and someone that look at this from a critical position, not as a party person. Now, Mr. Leo, if you look at the alliances that have been formed, you would be tempted to ask the question, what are the structures of those who are forming this alliance, and how many votes or population can they pull to get to the ballot box? Because the truth here is that we are looking at 8 million Cameroonians, looking at what Elekam has actually given as per the battleground areas. We should be asking ourselves that those who have actually come at alliance, what is their structure in place? For those who, from the Douala group to whoever, don't want to tag people group, but they should actually look into their program and ask themselves how many voters can they actually bring to the table. Because as of now, what they ought to do is that they ought to, like you asked a question that you asked, I'm sure you asked by Dr. Singer, that the timing, is this late? It is almost getting late. Why am I saying almost getting late? The reason is last time we did a poll here, people know more about candidate than their party. People know about candidate than the emblem that they will use to cast ballot. Some people are shouting today, Chuma, Chuma, Chuma. You give them Chuma ballot, they will not recognize. On the day of the police station. So that is why a strong coalition is important, and the time is important, because now when campaign will be launched, they should be going to villages by villages and be showing the ballot box that it is this one that the man hand is like this, or the man is like this, or is like this, Mamina the one, because the mother in the village doesn't read all those things that have been. They are picture oriented. That's why you saw in 1990 the chairman will go and tell you that Mawe hande so. You see hande so, no vote for that Mawe fire day. It is description. We are still at the level of this, and let the viewers understand. Most of those that goes to vote in the polling station at the village are those from the village community, the rural areas, because they know, they believe so much. Whether you tell them today that voting will not change, they still believe in voting. But the man in the street, the man in the town, who has a lot of commitment. Dr. Zinga may not, because of that day, he has a mail to reply. The children is there. He has a sermon to preach. He has a lot of things to do. And you are telling him that go and cast a ballot. Maybe he just look and say, Master, there's no time. So what we are saying in essence here is that if the opposition candidates can come together, it is still not late. The challenge we are having now is because of the rhetoric that they are having against each other, the kind of attack that they have been having, and that has been one of the reasons why they cannot come together. Because you will hear an opposition party will tell you that I cannot work with so and so person because so and so person has worked with the government. Who has not worked with the government? Any member of parliament is enjoying government money. Any member of parliament, the money they are eating, is it coming from there? Anybody who is a member of parliament is enjoying government money because you are being paid because you are doing a service. Let me ask a rhetorical question. You see people, how much are parliamentarians paid? How much are they giving as bonuses? Look at the cars that some of them have. 4, 3, 7. How much is a car of one of their cars? They tell me where is the money coming from. If they will tell you that they are not using government money, you will see a parliamentarian will have about 4 or 5 cars. The average car of that, look at the salary that person has earned in a particular year, divide by the total number of cars you have. Then you ask a question, where is the total money coming from? Let's not say that nobody, even all citizens who have eaten government money. As a student, I had scholarship, the 50,000 President Pobia gave, I've eaten it. When the security guard protects you, you are eating government money. Let's not say nobody is eating government money here. Rhetorically, all of us here are eating government money. But the fact here of the matter here is that how can we keep away this bitterness? Because you are looking at one center problem, except they are here to tell us that President Pobia is not their problem, and they are wholeheartedly decided to say Pobia hoye, Pobia hoye, because insulting a political party, you are seeing as an opposition, attacking opposition, you are simply saying that Pobia hoye. And that's why I say, and I will be certain that most of our political parties need a lot of political communication training on how they handle their issues, because even the candidates, you hear a candidate will attack another candidate. I ask myself, I will never encourage anybody to attack Cabral Libi if you are in opposition. I will never advise Cabral Libi either to attack, because one center thing is, how do we ensure that our electricity is not epileptic? My brother, I come from Boya. The traffic that holds you at Dobo, it holds me, it holds Dr. Esinge, it holds Song, is not respecting of political party at all. The epileptic electricity that we witness in our town, it's not respectable of any political party.
Answer him just a few minutes. Maybe I'll answer him. You know.
No, you come back now. You come back.
Maybe the understanding has been maybe so hectic we don't understand ourselves. You know. I really just believe that if there is a topic which has been brought up, you know, and you give some facts about maybe an individual, does not mean you are insulting the person. You are just giving facts about the person. 2 months. If I say I've never seen somewhere in the world an opposition leaves the government 2 months or prepares the presidency for in 2 months. If I just say
alliance, you are the one that derailed.
No. Just say this person has done this. That is why I'm not so credible with the person. Does not mean I'm critical. I'm just bringing facts. Please, we should not mix up things. We should not mix up things. Indeed, as Mr. Jarvis said, we all suffer. We all suffer, and we have been suffering. And I don't think we really take into consideration to know these people. As the civil society said, we need to know these people. We should know them before voting for them. And especially on my case, Mr. Jarvis, I must tell you, whether you have eaten the money for eating anything, I don't believe that the taxpayers' money that we have been paying, it does not include what it is.
It's government money.
More than what government. It is our money. The taxpayers' money. It's our money.
And you are a government.
So I'm paying the tax. I am just paying the tax.
You're
so if I benefit from maybe 50,000 francs from in the university, does not mean that I'm eating the government's money, or I am eating the money of the taxpayers' money, which is the money of my fathers and my forefathers and my parents. So please, I just want to put it into consideration that we are not fighting the opposition. We are just bringing facts and straight. And that Honorable Cabral Libi is just the best choice, because we have been working since 2000.
Campaigns are coming on next week. Greetings to you, Mr. Liu, and to all your guests. Mr. Liu, Cameroonians are very angry and so disappointed with these opposition parties for refusing to come together and bring a single candidate who will stand to bring change to suffering Cameroonians, but they don't want. Cameroonians are saying if they fail this time around, then some of them might have to go and form their own country and never put foot in Cameroon. Charles is writing from Boya. When these candidates refuse to come together, who benefits?
Mr. Leo, I want to say that next time when we are bringing people for panels, we should bring people who can talk facts and not very hot people who cannot talk facts. They are into fights against people's opinions. Every one of us, we are on a debate table for our people to really see what is our problem. Our problem is the opposition party. The parties are not ready to protect the country. They are out for their individual bellies and their pockets. That's what is happening, and we are seeing it clearly. That's why everyone is struggling to defend that we should not talk about them. We should not. They want to hide them so that when they come to power, they show us Shege and Pepe. There is one person in Nigeria, they always use him as an example, Peter Obi. He talk about track record. If you want to bring up a president in a country, go to their track record. Number one is very important. Don't bring us another man that will set fire in the country.
What was Mr. Bia's track record?
Can you allow me to talk, my brother? That's why I said that your temper would make you not to present what you want to present. Civil society are very humble people and nice people. So allow me to tell you my point. If I can defend what is happening in the society properly and our people understand, then that is good. My brother here is just trying to present to you the reality that is on ground.
To your advantage.
Even if we want to
your advantage. You are talking because it's to your advantage and to the advantage of your political party.
Please, why would you want to come and fight a party when you are not prepared? You must be ready. That's why I'm telling you that the opposition party is not ready. We are seeing it, and I will advise our people that they should not go to the street to defend any man they don't know.
Who do they know?
This man knows Cabral Libi, so he is defending him, and he can present it to you. Now, the other people, you cannot present them, you cannot defend them, you cannot talk about them. What can you say about Issa Chiroma? What can you say about what he has done in the north? His place where he came from. What can you say that he has done in these Anglophone zones, that he wants to save Anglophones? He's coming to save Anglophones today. What has he done, even as a gesture, to visit the sick people, those who are wounded, the DDR camps? Has he ever visited these people before by mistake? We are talking about we are going to confront an incumbent that has all what it takes to cripple you, and then you come with a lame leg. He will just tag the leg and you go down. You can't be coming to confront an incumbent of this high magnitude.
Are you answering to them, or you answer my question? I've asked about who benefits from this.
That is exactly what I'm trying to say. By saying that the opposition party are coming with K-legs, they are giving power to the existing government to say that they are the only right people to lead the country until we can have a messiah. We are calling a messiah, until we can have a genuine person. And that is why I brought these points to present to you that because of the K-legs, because just imagine, most of the opposition parties now are very powerful. They are not coming like before. Cabral Libi is very powerful. SDF, Joshua Osi, is very powerful. Issa Chiroma is coming very powerful. Bello Buba is very powerful. They will divide these votes small, even from the north. They will divide these votes small. And CPDM is already structuring its militants. They have militants, they have subsections, they have sections in villages that you don't even know. That is why those bad roads that you used to show, you saw what there? You saw them wearing uniforms of CPDM to tell you how much work the CPDM.
Yes. They were wearing uniforms
to tell you how much work CPDM has done in those places to influence the people. Yes, so that is what I'm telling you. So an opposition party that is coming to face such a government must come with all the dynamics. One, do they have money? Don't think people their contribution will make a way you go take and come win an incumbent of this strength, this magnitude. A man that is celebrated all over the world. You don't play with such people. You come with power. You come with dynamite. We have 3 weeks to go. Which opposition party can pay plane to go to the north, to go to Bamenda, if at all they will go there, to go to Southwest, if at all they will go there? Bello Buba has gone to Southwest, and you saw what happened in Southwest. It is the gendarmes that guided him. That is to tell you, open your eyes and see. Those are people who know that this government has something to offer.
No, but gendarmes are for everybody now.
No, but
gendarmes are for everybody.
It is true. That is what we can say in everything.
You want gendarmes to only serve a particular party and not
have divisional officers giving you permit before they are giving you gendarmes? Have they given you permit to even rally together when there's no time for election?
So is there a level breakdown?
That is to tell you that we are working with an opposition that don't know where they are going to.
Did you listen to the message I just read? This guy says that Cameroonians are grossly disappointed.
Yes.
That till now they have not had a single, and that if these guys feel to come together, they should be thinking about a different nation. Can this also lead to the political death of some persons? After this, that is, people would no longer trust them.
Yes, let me be very affirmative. Yes, before I come, you know, what we are looking at is a very immature Cameroon political landscape. The level of immaturity is so wide and so large. And after this, Cameroonians are going to take the opposition party to task. One thing that people should understand is, why do we keep mentioning opposition? Because the enemy standing in front of us is the status quo. The enemy in front of us is the regime. And when we talk about opposition, if the opposition has to fail Cameroonians, then Cameroonians are writing them in the history books of failure. History will not forget that greed killed them. History will not forget that they kept their bellies ahead of the politics of Cameroonians. But at the same time, Mr. Liu, I want to say it, and I repeat this statement. The idea of politics has no permanent friend and no permanent enemy. It is disheartening and painful to see an opposition hit a nail on another opposition party. It is so painful at a time when they have just one challenge in front of them: to beat out the regime. But then, Mr. Liu, as the level of the civil society, we feel the pain, the frustration, the anguish of Cameroonians. And we are telling the political leaders that where we are and where we stand, the frustration is evident. During the meeting at Fumban, you got the euphoria, the excitement. Recently, I think on your platform, when you had a representative of Batonia Keremuna, we still had hopes. Inasmuch as, at this point, I respect the PCRN who took their stand to be alone, and the SDF who said they were not going to. And we are asking the question, those who went together, what went wrong on the way? What happened? It only goes back to tell you that Cameroonians have been orphaned, both by the ruling political party that has squeezed us of our energy, brain drained us for 43 years. At a time when we are seeing light at the end of the tunnel, the opposition comes again and brings hopelessness alive. This alone is playing to the advantage, like Batonia Keremuna said the other time, which is a narrative of the CPDM political party, that the division of the opposition is a vote for the present ruling political party. But then, nobody controls your voter's card. Your voter's card will be voting and a reflection of the pain you are going through, of the suffering you are going through, of the brain drain, and of how Cameroonians have suffered after graduation from university. The best employment center is a call box for mobile money. Ladies and gentlemen, dear Cameroonians, I repeat, we have our destinies in our hands. And there is one thing that is certain: we know who we are not going to vote. But deep in our hearts, we know that we are going to vote for change and against this present system.
Okay. Now, when we talk about endorsement and alliances, are people actually going to vote for this endorsement? Do they really work? Or they are going to vote for the best political society projects that candidates are going to be presenting?
Yes, Mr. Liu, I think Cameroonians are not so foolish. Cameroonians, especially those with their electoral, their voters card, deep down in them, they know who to vote. And the best way we can really appreciate or give influence or maybe induce their mind to vote for the best change is just presenting the projects to the Cameroonian, to present to them what we have done, who we are, where we are, what is our vision that we propose for them. And I believe that as a civil society said it right, we know who not to vote for. And please, we are not here to castigate or say something wrong about the opposition or anything, but the Cameroonians, who we are, we know who to vote for.
We know too.
We know who to vote for. So please, really grab your voters card. If you don't yet have your voters card, check the website www.elecam.cm. So you check if your name is on the voters list, on the electoral list. So even if you don't have your voters card, you can go and vote.
Okay.
You asked a question to somebody about the death of some politicians.
Yes.
If this coalition doesn't go through, it is yes.
Okay. And
your messages will tell you, because if the message you have been receiving, people keep saying we want a coalition, we want a coalition, we want a coalition since. And parties will tell you that no, we can do it singly, we can do it singly, we can do it singly. Now, the people who have voters cards, even if you run that same pool now, you have that same result. The people who have voters cards are saying we want coalition. The people who want that those people who have voters cards should vote for them are saying no, I can do it single-handedly. Now the question is, some political party will die. You see, to me, and I'm happy because they are not doing calculations for municipal election. Because any party that will act in good faith now, that will say, okay, I am rejoining my candidacy, I'm backing a candidate, that party has a stronger bargaining power in January 2026 to pull the people towards their party for municipal and legislative election. Because at this moment, the people are saturated. And if President Biya wins, with the status quo still remaining like this, some of those parties that we know that were at least A-list party will move to B and C. The statistics is clear. That's why I'm happy. I'm happy that now you have the time. In January, you will not have that time to convince them to say, no, it was because of this. They will tell you that, no, our focus was that time. You have made us understand that we should not trust you. You have made us understand that you were eating with these people. I want to make it clear. Any party who will take my advice and say that, okay, let me just for benefit of that, because they know, as it stands now, do their mathematics. You know fully well that you cannot win. You cannot pull the crowd. You cannot, because this is what happened. When you go to the ballot, let us take from 2018 municipal presidential election. And those who are also supporting CPDM, their highest cry is that Chiruma and Buba and some others should not come together. Because the truth is, they know that if these 2 or 3 come together, it will be very difficult for them to win the election.
Why?
Mathematically.
Why?
You said people should not interject when others are talking. So let me borrow your words. Can you permit me to talk? Now, the reason is because in 2018, Isa Chiruma and Bello Buba were of a coalition, an alliance with the CPDM. The CPDM has 2.5 million votes in 2018. Which means that the North was not a battleground state. The far North was not a battleground state. Some part of Littoral was not a battleground state because the people who would have made it a battleground state were within the regime. Now, they are no longer within the regime. They are now an adversary of the regime, and now it becomes a battleground state. So from the statistic, we may likely see a reduction of that 2.5 million drops. So this election may be a highly competitive election. if there is that concession between those top brass, if they come together. And that is why you see some of the parties who say they don't want them to come together, because they still believe that they have the magic. And I laughed when I heard my brother was saying that they are not attacking a particular party. The question was on endorsement and also political alliance. But when people move from endorsement and political alliance, started questioning the character, the competency, the track record of a particular candidate, it brings a question if actually they came to speak on endorsement or they came to actually water down that political party. Because nowhere in your line of question did you ask about a particular candidate. Nowhere in your question did you ask about the track record of a particular candidate. The question was on endorsement and alliances, which was clear. But when we come and claim the Judas Iscariot that no, I'm not attacking, at the same time I say, oh, this man was eating with this man was doing this, oh, this man, I say, no, I'm not attacking. Do you think that Cameroonians are that insensitive to details? And it is clear by this that we cannot be fighting, opposition cannot be fighting against opposition. The same way that they say a house divided will never be able to stand. And we have seen that house right before us. And that is why we are saying that these parties, there are parties that will die. Let me give you start. Let me speak with data.
Brenda, had to
let me speak with data now. Let us look at the North. The North will split the vote between Chiroma, Buba, and CPDM. They will split the vote. You come to the center region. The center region is the biggest as of what Elekam gave us. The biggest voting block now is the center region. In the center region,
manipulative.
CPDM and the other key parties, whoever that will be endorsed by Kamto and the rest, they will share the vote. They will share.
The FDC is
yes.
In the center region. PAL is in the center.
But they will share. Plus Akere, they will share. Because Akere similarly have some certain level of some area like Funi and the rest, they will share. You come to Littoral, which is also a key, I think the third, they will share. Now you see the North and Southwest. The same thing that experience will happen in 2018. We will have it at the Constitutional Council, where some parties will come and tell you that, Mr. Speaker or my Lord, there was no election in the Northwest. The people did not vote. My Lord, there was ghost town. I left my house that day. They were shooting. My Lord, how do you tell me that this result? How did this result come here? Was it ghost and that? They know. And the Northwest and Southwest is a stronghold for some parties. I will not call names. Stronghold for some parties. They know fully well.
You just call on that party.
No, I said stronghold for some parties.
Okay, Jocelyn. Good evening, Mr. Leo. My first time visiting Lomé in, I was surprised, I don't know where Lomé is. Okay, in the East region. I was surprised how a group of people were staring at me. One person mustered the courage to approach and informed me that they were always watching my programs on my Media Prime. I couldn't believe it, only for my colleagues to always inform me today that they too often watch my programs on my Media Prime TV. Okay, courage for what you guys are doing. You don't know where people are watching you. Okay, this is somebody who has been a panelist here. He is in Lomé. Lomé is a community in the East region.
Yes.
Okay, so he is sharing his experience out there today. I am looking for a message from a colleague, Mbaku Jude, who has written to us. I'm sure he wants to contribute to tonight's program. Well, too many messages. Okay, you see. Open letter to President of the Mbaku Jude. Okay. It's writing to the National Communication Council. Until I go through it, I will not just read it out. Yeah. Doctor, we are looking at our voters actually following endorsement, or they are voting for the political manifestos. Do they really know what the CPDM is presenting to them? Do they know what the SDF is presenting to them? Or they are voting President Paul Biya? Or they are voting for Akere Muna? Or they are voting for Issa Chiroma, Cabral, or Honorable OC?
That is the most confused state that the opposition parties have put the
it cuts across.
Yeah.
I also asked about CPDM.
Yes, I'm talking. That's exactly what I'm saying. It's the most confused state that the electorates have found themselves in, because at this point in time they don't know who to vote for, but party faithfuls already know who to vote for. Because while we are saying that, they already know what to vote for. Other party faithfuls know who they are going to vote for. So it is very serious as we are talking like this. But what I want to say is this. No matter what we say, we know the truth. We know what is happening now. There's no child here in this place who doesn't know what is going on. We know that this thing will never come to one. It will not come. But we also know that this will work for the advantage of the incumbent. We know. That is why I always stand at the side of, please, let us focus on nation building. Yes, nation building. Why do I insist on nation building? It is because we will not want a situation where people will take anger either to, like you are telling us that some parties will die. You don't know what will happen to them because you are the one declaring that they will die. So those are the kind of things. Because people will use a lot of anger that the opposition did not come together.
Of course.
That is why they are suffering.
Yes.
So that is why we should be preaching peace and preaching that people should be calm. People should stay focused. Whoever their mind says that they are faithful to vote, let them focus. Because as at now, we don't have coalition. Because many of you don't know that the CPDM is a coalition. You don't know it. The CPDM has always been a coalition.
Of course.
It is a group of political parties that came together to form the CPM, CNU, then Issa Chiroma, Bello Buba, and some other parties who are there now. Some even indicated that they were going to be presidential candidates, and they have dropped, and they are in CPDM. To tell you that you are not the only ones looking for coalition. CPDM is also looking for coalition. They also have their key players that they have already put them on board. And you don't know the next ones that you are waiting for them to join coalition here. They may finally join coalition this other side. While we are hoping coalition for the opposition, they will instead join CPDM because they know they have much to benefit from there. And most communities now who are planning to develop and to grow for these 7 years, they will turn to the CPDM. Because of what? They know that at least some hope will come from there. They will tell them that we supported you. So it is time you come back to our communities and help us. That is exactly the dynamics of the politics in Cameroon now. The politics in Cameroon now, remember, it is not the normal type. At first, we used to have normal political scenarios. But this time, it's not normal. So we should do our best not to put people at a state where they will be at the furiousness of heart, being angry. And then, at the end of the day, they don't know how to control their anger. They will enter the road. And that's why you see Prime Minister, Mr. Tanganji specified again, I think it was today or yesterday. Today
in Boya.
Yes. He said he does not want to see the thing that people will go after the election is announced, they go to the road to go. He's not joking. By now, you should have known that the Minister of Territorial Administration does not joke with his words.
Politics of intimidation.
Yes. No, it's not intimidation. It's to tell you that after the politics, you are the one that did not play your game. Go home. Go and mourn your wounds at home. You did not play it.
That's the referee, eh? That's the referee you're talking about.
Yes. So,
and that is why the referee said, go home. Don't cause confusion on the road. Now it is time for you to play your own decision. That's it.
Please.
Yes, Doctor.
Please. No. Please.
The CPDM, they aligned.
Yeah, but we are talking about endorsement and
yes, that's what he's talking about.
The topic. Yeah,
that's what they're talking.
Yeah, but just that some persons have left the alliance, the NUDP and Issa Chiroma,
and some people have joined.
Yes, some have also
joined.
Yeah, but could this all these endorsement talks and alliances rather confuse the voters themselves?
Of
because
course.
Today Akere announces that I met with Kamto. Tomorrow he's meeting with Bello Buba. The next day he's meeting with Issa Chiroma. And he has followers who today say, oh, something is coming out from Kamto's camp, something is coming out from Akere's camp, something is coming out from Chiroma's camp. And tomorrow you find Tomaino Ndamjoya, who is meeting with Kamto, who is meeting with this. And tomorrow you see Bello Buba, who is going to His Royal Majesty
Sokoju.
Yes, Jean Rameau. So people are really confused. These movements up and down, are they not going to be exhausted in expectation?
No, I think we should be categorical. It's going to be very people will be exhausted. And you have just mentioned one patriot I respect in this country, His Majesty, Royal Majesty Sokojo. I think that's one of the patriots that Cameroonians should celebrate, because he had sent out one message to all of them who visited. Remember the Fumban 7 who visited? He told them that you people should go in as one man if you want to beat the system. Later on, Honorable Joshua Osi was there alone. He said the same thing. And to Bello Buba Magare, he has said the same thing. And that is somebody I should respect in Cameroon when it comes to chieftaincy, because his fundum or chiefdom is open to receive everybody, and he gives them moderate messages altogether. That's enough respect that I think we should accord. The confusion is large. Mr. Leo, you need to see the euphoria Cameroonians welcome when they hear that there is a meeting between this political party for a consensus candidate. They get excited. The next morning you hear that this person has said, just imagine when even Issa Chiruma, when the endorsement came for a consensual candidate for Issa Chiruma, the first person who reacted, Bello Buba Magari, came out to say, I don't know anything that happened. The next day was Ninche, who refused. It shows that the greed within the opposition and the meetings is confusing the voters. At one point in time, the voters say, okay, we are waiting. I followed one of the bloggers who is a journalist, Bo Elvis, is a journalist with Media Prime, where he will always write that we are still waiting for the white smoke. And they will sit in the conclave until they tell you that we are still seeing black smoke. Because Cameroonians, after the Yaoundé conclave, we are expected. But this endorsement of, I don't know where the 20 political parties are coming from to endorse Ndamjoya, who was one of the first persons to say that she is willing to step behind. And today she comes to say every endorsement gives hope for her to win. Win what? With who?
You are attacking a opposition member.
No.
That's what you are doing. You are pulling and attacking her.
I'm a civil society. I'm
speaking from a general global
yes, I'm talking from a
but
global
you are calling somebody an individual and then you say that
everywhere.
No, don't attack an opposition. Don't attack opposition.
No, it was going everywhere.
Please.
Not attacking
This one
opposition.
is like this. The other one should be like that.
Yes. Good. That is why we say at the level. Please, I'm coming from the question, Mr. Liu, that there is confusion. Because at the level of the civil society, I said it at the beginning that the call for coalition is not a political party call. It is the people who have the voters' card. It is the people who decide that are telling them that, okay, the mathematics of the regime has been this. They always want you to be separated so that they will win you. Imagine you are going in to fight a man who has 79%. In the previous election, he had 79, and 21% was shared between 20 political parties. He is still forming alliance. You still, there's a party, there's a political party, I will not call the name, that he sat on your platform, Jarvis, and said, I'm going to bring down Mr. Bia. Since election started, I've not even seen the person in the platform. So the issue is, we are making Cameroonians to be confused. And we are so confused in a way that the CPDM political party is taking the opportunity. That is why you see Dr. Esinge, when he sits here, he will fund the fact that opposition is divided, because he's telling you that since we are divided, CPDM has won. That is the rhetoric that if you see most of the CPDM supporters and communicators, they go to TV houses, they want to fund that rhetoric to make sure that come October 12th, when the election is won by the CPDM, we say, it is because the opposition.
I want us to react to this message from Masu. It says, good evening, Mr. Liu. I'm so pissed off with the 3 Anglophone candidates, especially the elderly one, Akere and Osi, are a failure to Ateki, because if they could have joined as one, I bet you, apart from the normal fraud, most Anglophones could have even dared to risk time and money to go vote. But as of now, I doubt, because the CIG and Women Farming Group that I belong, having above 350 people, have all decided to boil their cassava and oil, eat, crying for the blood shed in Cameroon, than going out to waste their time. Mami Agnes, writing from Ikona. Yeah, some persons are asking, but why, talking about endorsement and alliances, why can the three Anglophone candidates themselves not just have a small meeting to talk about this?
Now, that is coming time, and I asked a similar question when I was talking with some of these opposition candidates, when they were saying that, no, we don't want old people. I said, okay, let's look at the younger people. The younger people should set the pace. Have they come together? Why can't the younger people who say they don't want the old people come together now and form their own alliance? Then I also asked the question, somebody also yesterday was telling me that we need an Anglophone to become president of this country. I said, okay, fine. But let me ask you this. Why has all the Anglophone candidates, why have they all not also come together and form one bloc? Because forming one bloc will build a bigger momentum and will now galvanize, energize the base. And this is very important, because if they come together as the Anglophone voice, you will see that the wave that Mr. Chiroma is having will reduce. And many people are now saying that, okay, because at the end of the day, and I said it and I'm saying it, winning a presidential election is not having a good manifesto. It's not having a good program. It's being likable to win. It's being likable. It's not about you can have the best manifesto, but if you are not likable to win, you may not win. That your manifesto amount to nothing else. So in terms of the appealness, which candidate appeal within the Anglophone community, we have Honorable Nambagi Joshua Osi, we have Atike, we have also Barrister Keremuna. If they come together, Barrister Keremuna also is somebody who is very revered in terms of his fight against corruption and also his international connection. If these people could come together and represent a single candidate, now the Anglophone bloc can now start saying that, hey, you know what, those of you voices, please allow us to fight for our leaders. And this is why you see that some party will die a natural death in municipal and legislative election, because you see the same issue that we're having with lockdown and the rest. The same thing will happen in the northern and southwest region in 2026 if actually the crisis is not resolved. History keeps repeating itself. In 2018, we have it. As it's going, we keep having it. And what we are saying is that if this candidate come together, it's easy to negotiate a pathway to actually have an election carry out in those areas. Now, the challenge we have is simply because most of these our Anglophone leaders, they feel they can actually win an election single-handedly. The only person among them that I'm not disappointed is Barrister Keremuna. He has been consistent in his message. He actually also gave out a message about calling for Issa Chiroma and Bello to come together. He gave his message that please, they should come together. And among the Anglophone, that's the only person that I see that have the good faith, and probably because he does not have a political party. That could be the reason that he does not have a political party, that he may think that he will fall back too, because the others may be telling you, they will tell that, no, you know, we have a structure, we have a call for a NEC meeting, an executive meeting, you know, the executive meeting has to do this, that, people have already invested already, so people will see it as a threat that if they join this party, they will not benefit because they have invested, all those kind of, those are some of the difficulties in coalition, because Dr. Singer will say, if I come with my people will now start feeling that if they come together, they will not have key position. Just few people within they will have key position. So the other grassroots militants that may be eyeing key position may not have it because they have come together, which is true. Because some people you must sacrifice. It's true. Now that ability to sacrifice is not there. Like I said, some are into this thing to generate money, to get money. As we are talking, fundraising, they are ongoing. Fundraising is ongoing. Some know that they will not win election. They are raising funds to keep the money. Because at the end of the day, battle will not be lost on two sides. So what I'm saying in essence is that as the Anglophone community, like you said, that mother was kind of very, very sad to see that we as Anglophones, we need a political voice. All these our leaders whom we respect. Honorable Joshua has a track record. He's a good, successful businessman. Yes, of course, Barrister Bala has been calling for a consensual candidate. And let me say this, it will be easier to have this if the Anglophone bloc pick one, the Northern pick one bloc, then now we can now say that, okay, we can now try to negotiate among the two heads and see how the two heads can come together. That's a simple way of a coalition. But when the Anglophone bloc is separate, you come to the younger candidates also from this other side. They too are telling you that we have what it takes to win the election. Like one of my panelists was telling me, as song has resurrected the matter which has died, that one of my panelists was telling me that he has what it takes to win President Biya. It's the same rhetoric that we are hearing. But I am not a soothsayer, but I will tell you the class amount of this election. If all things remain equal as it is now, Cameroonians don't go and vote, we will risk.
Okay. We pray for maturity, and that people are going to respect the outcome.
They don't respect. I'm just saying in terms of
respect
party winning.
Yeah, but this endorsement and the alliances that some persons may also be getting into, these not sources for future problems, because after elections, people may have to sort themselves out if they are not well defined.
Mr. Leo, that's true. You know, talking about this coalition in itself, you know, it's something which manifests the way it manifests in itself. It's only in Cameroon in the world. We have not seen this elsewhere, where we say people should come together, or they come together, the opposition maybe to vote. But I believe that this is because of the suffering of the people. That's why the people are saying that united we stand, we can beat this incumbent. And I really think that what we are seeing from this urge of the Cameroonians, people wanting alliance, it means that they need change. We are suffering together. We need change together. And the change will not come from the coalition people. The change will come from the electorate. We have 8 million registered voters. We have fictive voters, which we know that the CPDM has put in place, because we have seen it vividly on the registered, on the list. We have seen double candidacy. We have seen dead people still on the list, and so many things. But Cameroonians who have registered, we have worked with the Cameroonians, more than millions of Cameroonians from 2017 to register them on the electoral list. Those are the Cameroonians who are going to make change. Those are the Cameroonians who are going to form a consensus, the same which happened in 1999. You know, not every opposition party rallied behind Frunze in 1992. Please. So the people who decided the fate of Cameroon then, of which was, you know, somehow, we know it was the electorate. If you count the number of opposition parties and their followers, and you put the registered on those who are registered on the electoral list, you will see that the people of Cameroon are the one to make the choice. I said it clean and clear that the civil society, instead to be talking about the opposition, go and work with the electorate. Go and tell them that this is the right choice. This is what we are seeing. This is what this person is proposing. Enlighten them. Mr. Javi said no, they will not vote for their manifesto and all the rest. But if you don't want to vote for their manifesto, then who are you voting for? A charismatic person empty like that? No. You must be, you are a charismatic person, yes, but we need to know, what do you want to do? What do you want to do? Where do you want to take us to? You understand? So if the civil society and the journalists, they go closer to the electorate, that will be the best consensus that we will have to bring these people together to vote for a unique candidate. And that's why we say Cabral Ibi is the best, because that has always been our solution from 2017. That work with 11 million citizens, if you don't know the meaning, I can give you the meaning, is that go in there, register the masses, work with them, because we know that opposition, it does not work in Cameroon. They are infiltrated. That's why it did not work. You say, some will say, Cabral, why did Fumba not work? Why are the others, why are they not, with the Anglophone, they are not coming together? Why are these people not coming together? Because they are infiltrated. You understand? So go directly and work with the electorate, those who are supposed to work, those who do not even have their voters card, of which we call them, that you can still work. You can still work in the voting, in the polling stations. Let's work with the Cameroonian person that needs change. Go to the Cameroonian person, civil society, journalists, and bring up this charismatic, as he said, Jarvis. If you want to show them that who is charismatic, tell us, Mr. Jarvis, that this is the person that you see that is charismatic. If you want to bring the manifesto, we bring the manifesto and put that this is the best choice. The civil society rightly said, we know who not to vote for. Mr. Doctor said, the others, they already know who to vote for. Civil society, come and tell us, who are you seeing? What is the manifesto? What are they doing? What have they done?
I'm seeing confused people.
So you cannot only say confused people and people should go and vote. Who do you want them to vote for, if not the CPDM? You must bring up something. You must bring up something. So I plead on Cameroonians, Dear all, Cameroonians, we are suffering. www.cabral2025.cm helps you to walk. It's not a campaign, it's just for people to walk on the polling station. Walk on the polling station. You can come there and you assist to work in these polling stations, of which I've been working day in and day and out to recruit people, especially in the southwest region, of which it is working because since 2017 we have a database. We have been working with people. It's not only coming on air, maybe talking.
Now, are we seeing?
I played on the Cameroonian people to make their choice credible on that day with Cabral Libi.
Are we seeing these confusions now also because we started preparing for elections late? We behave as if it's this year that we knew that elections were to take place in Cameroon.
It's really terrible, Mr. Leo. It's really terrible, Mr. Leo, because you're coming to meet an incumbent that is so powerful and all powerful for how many years now? You have not learned lessons. Every time you come, you're coming with empty hand. You take callers, you don't go kill elephant. You know, those are the kind of things that we're trying to talk about. You know, the opposition, they know very well who this incumbent is all about. And many of them are from the system. They already know how powerful. When somebody calls you apprenti sorcier, it means you didn't learn work for your back. You should know that. Apprenti sorcier, it means that you didn't learn that witchcraft na learner because he know and pass owner. And that is the truth. He has shown you people for so many years that he can. And just look at what is happening now. You say infiltration. Infiltration means what? That is political maneuvers. These things are political tactics. It is expected that there will be maneuvers, there will be infiltrations, there will be whatever. Yes, every part of the world. So why are you taking it as a surprise? It is so terrible.
And in our party, we are not surprised. That's what we have.
No, wait. Just wait. Please, don't take it as a surprise. Our opposition parties are not yet ready. They cannot. Don't get into something you cannot manage. That's why I'm telling all communities. Don't go into 7 years of suffering because you did not support a government that will help you. You want to vote, and they will take note of you that does not want to support them. They will take note of your communities, and they understand that you did not vote for us. That is the same thing that opposition parties are also thinking. When these people vote for us, they will focus on them and help them when the time comes. And that's why I will still try to tell you this thing. If the opposition parties cannot do anything, they could not do anything 7 years ago to start preparing. That's what is happening in Nigeria now. ADC is preparing for 2027 for Tinubu. ADC, they are putting all the best political parties together to confront him. Why is it that till now, 3 weeks to time, we cannot even put things together?
It's a strategy.
No. When you talk about strategies, this
is something we really want to. Severally, you have made this analysis here, and more than 3 years, we are talking about this. You have cited different parts of the nation, but the opposition parties in Cameroon say no, it's our strategy.
I don't want to add to Dr. Singe. Nigeria is going with ADC. Kenya is also for 2027. But I bet you, if you look at Kenya political landscape, it appears as the election is tomorrow.
What is that?
They are forming a coalition. The former deputy president who was sacked by the president, impeached by the Senate, left his party, the president party. He has met with some key opposition party leaders. They are forming strong. They are formed a strong coalition. Now you leave that aside. You look at the same situation which is happening in Malawi, where Lazarus Chakwera, where the opposition is leading Lazarus Chakwera in a vote counting, because vote counting is all the way in Malawi. The incumbent Lazarus Chakwera is trailing behind. That opposition candidate formed a coalition a year before.
That's it.
A year before. Look at the same situation which is happening nearby the Gambia. In the Gambia, about 8 political parties came together to chase out Yahya Jammeh. Now, the same thing that as Doctor is saying, you cannot be coming to face Cameroon. You can tell us that, they always hide behind this issue that Cameroon case is unique. Cameroon case is unique. There's always where they always say that. No, you know, Cameroon case is unique. It's unique. How unique is Cameroon case?
Because
how unique?
Before this election. So
let me just land. What is unique? Let me just land.
The government refused to go.
No.
The ATS and all the rest.
Government has no power.
No, they are giving us 2 weeks.
Government has no power to stop a party and another party to form an alliance. Let me land. My brother, let me land. Political alliance is different from political coalition. A coalition, politically, is when parties have come together, they have won, then they decide that, okay, like parliament, We have one member of parliament. What happened in 1992, after the municipal election after 1992, where Bello Buba and the rest came together and formed a unity government with the ruling party to rule in the parliament. That is a coalition. Now they will pick a member there to head either the parliamentary, to be the speaker, or to be somebody like in Germany. They will always form a coalition. In France. Now, the issue with Cameroon is alliance. Nothing stopped Dr. Esinge. The church always do this. There are churches that have affiliates.
Yes.
That comes together with another church and form affiliate. If you say affiliate, nobody will stop you. The challenge we have in Cameroon is that our own always tell us that Cameroon is unique. Cameroon is unique. How is Cameroon unique? Of course, we see our uniqueness because repression. They will come and tell you that which repression, my brother. Okay, when the Fumban conference was meeting, is it the government that punctured the Fumban conference? Is it the government that punctured when opposition met in Fumban? Did the government repress them? When the opposition met in Yaoundé, yes, no, don't even go far. When they met in Yaoundé, what came out? The only success that Yaoundé recorded was Photoshop.
They met in Yaoundé for 3 days.
3 days. Was it the government? Did the government repress them? What do you mean by enough?
Let's be sincere. It was not enough. If we believe that coalition, if you need to harmonize, your projects, if you need to come out with strategy for the polling station, if you need to come out with strategy to
there was a coalition.
You need enough.
There was a coalition. Excuse me.
That is a strategy that we have. Civil society. The strategy is work with the electorate. If you know that they are infiltrated, work with the electorate.
Benedict, there was a coalition of the CRM, Tomaino Ndamjoya, Cabral Libi, Joshua Osi. I think 8 members. They worked for 2 years on fixing the electoral code.
Voila.
Right? They were meeting regularly in Yaoundé to fix the electoral code and present it to Elecam, which has not been accepted. But at least they had almost 2 years to work on something.
Yes.
Wait, in that process of fixing the electoral code, why did they not also think? Because nobody stopped them. They had all this time to meet for a proposal for. Why did they not also work for a common program?
I don't think that they did not have enough time. I always say that it is a shame for the opposition party, for the cry, because this cry is only in Cameroon for us to come together. And I really think that there was enough time for them to work for something. They had to work maybe for the consensual candidate. But please, it was not the subject, the only subject which brought them together, because coming together to harmonize your project, coming together to look for a unique candidate, and for those to work in a polling station was not their objective. So they did not work on it. So we cannot say that why did they not work for it. If they worked for an electoral code, a good electoral code, and it did not work, and even Tomaino Ndamjoya said she presented it to the head of state, and the head of state said he never saw it. It did not work. Why? Because it was not on their agenda, please. The time which was left for them to work for it, it could not work.
2 years.
Okay. Yes. Now, what we are seeing in Cameroon, are we witnessing genuine partnerships or just temporary marriages, convenience for 2025?
It's what they call friends with benefit.
Okay.
Yes, we are witnessing meetings with benefit. Maybe PADEC is with CPDM because CPDM is giving it something, and any other person wants to join another. But there is something. There's a message with the frustration in the faces of opposition. I should tell Cameroonians, we should accept that we love Mr. Biya. 79% of votes have shown that we love him, and if you love a father that much, and you can give him 79% vote, you cannot tell your grandfather to carry water upstairs, but you want to give Mr. Biya this heavy load at 93. I think anybody who is supporting Mr. Biya to run again at 93 is practicing euthanasia, does not love Mr. Biya, and is not a patriot of this country. A man who has dedicated more than half a century. We are not doing anti-campaign. No.
That is anti-campaign for a candidate. We have, please, we have candidates validated for these elections. Let us. You are running down a candidate, which is not good. Please, no.
It's a man who is loved. We love him like 79%. That's not running.
You are running him down.
I'm telling him that if you rest, Mr. Leo.
Campaigns have not started.
How can you just hate somebody and tell the person to rest? It's love. I love it. Okay, Mr. Leo. So, go on, yes. So I think that Cameroonians, we have come at a crossroads where we need to seize our destiny in our hands. The baton has been thrown back to us, and we need to run. We need to choose. We need to make choices. But trust me, where we are standing, we still need to accept the fact that the opposition is the highest vote for Mr. Biya. No, we cannot conclude that. Doctor, that's campaign that Dr. Singe is campaigning. When you say that he cannot win, how can you? I said,
no conclude.
You are putting words. You are putting words in your mouth because it works to your advantage. So, Mr. Leo, what really frustrates Cameroonians is not just the hardship, but sometimes the arrogance in people who have not really established. And then the arrogance of the system we already have. And the opposition is not giving us a dichotomy between the arrogance of the system and the arrogance that they portray. At the level of the civil society, we have always said Cameroonians need someone with a vision, someone who have them at heart, and someone who is willing. I have read the SDF manifesto. I've visited the Cabral Libby Operation Rupture. That's what he said. Yes, manifest. And I've read with Joshua Asi where he talk about rescue mission. His rescue mission, if you read it, it is so rich. Let us go back there, we read. But like Javi said, that at this point in time, it's not the manifesto that is winning because CPDM has never had one, and they are winning.
No, they have always had.
No,
I have not seen it. They have always had. No, you don't go for election without a manifesto. Yes. Yeah.
Those things we don't even see them. But it is the person who is in the.
So you're not a militant now.
The one that I read. The one that I read. Mr. Ayo, in a digital economy, 21st century, people are telling me that it is difficult to harmonize programs in a technological age. Where are they? Are they living in the 19th century? It is awkward. And when you see Honorable Joshua, see when he's preaching, his first ideology is what? Technology. He wants to bring technology to its peak. And PCR and
for information, you know, there is a way to get information.
That is why I'm saying that in this century, we don't even need to run for. I've seen Honorable Joshua Osi put his plan on his platform. You just click. The PCRN has done the same in this platform. Where has CPDM put his own?
www.cabral.2020. You are not even going to look for it.
He has been looking for it. He has been looking for it. Where is it?
Please tell me now.
Where is the link?
If you told me that we're looking for those things now, I would have brought it.
Where is the link?
But we are not doing campaigns here. Just when the campaign, we'll start talking about my results.
Copy, I can share it to you. Please,
we are out of time. I will just give a minute for us all to conclude. Yes.
Yes, thank you. Thank you again for everything. I really believe it was enriching. All I want to say is to ask the Cameroonians again this question. Are we ready for change? If we are ready for change, then we are supposed to succeed together. We need a Cameroon that can unleash, can protect and unleash the energy that we have here and even in the diaspora. We have not had that since independence. We have not had it even with the frustration behind dual nationalities. We cannot have it. We need a Cameroon that will work for the Cameroonians, that we can work even with our resources. We can be closer to our resources. We can be closer to less corruption. We cannot say there is no corruption. There are developed countries they still have corruption, but we Cameroonians must look keenly and accept that we need change. Yes, the civil society says that we know who not to vote for. But please, the civil society too, with the journalists and you who are viewing today, get closer to the projects. Federalism, community federalism is one of the best. I will not say the best, but one of the best. So you should go in keenly, look, and go and vote. Because so many people are having their voters' cards and will be discouraged. Please, go and make the choice of change and together we will succeed. Thank you.
Yes, Chavis.
Well, my appeal to Cameroonians and people of goodwill is that we should keep away our political cap and look at one common vision. If you think, in all fairness, that you have been living a life with good roads, good electricity, high rate of employment and the rest, then vote CPGM. If you think you want to continue,
we are doing campaigns.
Oh, anyway, okay, let me just say this. If you think all is well, choose your candidate. Vote your candidate. If you think we have good roads, better hospitals, good electricity, like doctors said that there are mothers in other villages with bad roads, they still have party uniform celebrating. If you think you have that system, then to me, I think Cameroonians at this level must look beyond party. And 2026 is coming. Whichever political party that did not give you your confidence, wait for them in 2026.
Okay.
But 2026 is a year of redemption.
Yes, Doctor, you have one last word. Just a minute, please.
Election, they like in Jambo. Now, man, we come with the Trump, now the winner. No be na church. Okay. You say you go prayer before you win.
Okay.
Man, we don't do your homework, you go win. Man, we don't do your homework, it go be. But I will tell you, say, man, when you support it, now it will help you after time where election finish.
Song Derek.
Dear Cameroonians, we are tired of promises without delivery. Unity is no longer an option, it is a choice for us to fight, for us to take back our future. The voter card is a trump card you have. I encourage all of us to go out. There are many ways to change power, but the closest we have now is the ballot. Okay. Let us try the ballot. Vote against the system and vote for a new system that will bring change.
No,
and
it's
stop
not campaign time. It's not campaign time.
Vote
It's shocking that the topic for tonight had to do with endorsement and alliances. All of you are concluding without addressing political parties. You are making campaign speeches. It's from next week that these speeches are going to be required.
Yes,
we were talking to political parties today. The endorsements and the alliances.
Yes.
And you are ending, nobody's talking to the political parties.
Let's talk to them.
No, they are only attacking
you are not talking to them. It's finished. No, you guys. Thank you guys.
CBM is already an attack.
So, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Eli and the production team, thank you guys, and stay blessed. Bye-bye.